December 5th, 2024, started like any other day on the West Coast. People went about their routines. The Pacific Ocean met the shore. Then at precisely 10:44 a.m., the ground shook. A magnitude 7.0 earthquake, centered 60 miles off the coast of Ferndale, California, had awakened the region. This wasn't just a little tremor, it was a powerful reminder that we live on a dynamic planet. The earthquake's reach extended far beyond its epicenter. People as far north as Oregon and as south as Sacramento felt the earth move beneath them. Buildings swayed, objects clattered to the ground, and a collective gasp rippled through communities. The Pacific Northwest, long familiar with the threat of seismic activity, was once again reminded of nature's raw power. This earthquake, while significant, was not the big one that seismologists predict for the region. The big one is a hypothetical earthquake, much larger in magnitude, anticipated to occur along the Cascadia subduction zone. This zone, a fault line stretching from Northern California to Vancouver Island, has the potential to unleash an earthquake far more powerful than anything witnessed in recent history. However, the December 5th earthquake served as a stark reminder. The Earth's plates are constantly moving, and the forces they unleash can be both awe-inspiring and terrifying. To understand why the Earth shook that December morning, we need to delve beneath the surface into the realm of tectonic plates. These massive slabs of rock make up our planet's outer layer, and their slow, relentless dance is responsible for earthquakes, volcanoes, and the very mountains that grace our landscapes. The earthquake off the coast of Northern California occurred within the Juan de Fuca plate. This relatively small plate is slowly sliding beneath the much larger North American plate, a process known as subduction. As the plates grind against each other, stress builds up over time. Eventually, this stress is released in the form of an earthquake. The December 5th earthquake was a strike-slip earthquake. This means that the two sides of the fault moved horizontally past each other rather than vertically. Imagine placing your hands together, palms flat, and then sliding one hand forward and the other back. That's similar to what happens during a strike-slip earthquake. While strike-slip earthquakes can be powerful, they are less likely to trigger tsunamis than earthquakes that involve vertical movement of the sea floor. The immediate aftermath of an earthquake is always a time of uncertainty. As the ground stops shaking, a new fear emerges, the threat of a tsunami. Tsunamis are giant waves, generated by the displacement of water, and they can travel thousands of miles across the open ocean at speeds exceeding 500 miles per hour. When the earthquake struck on December 5th, the National Tsunami Warning Center issued warnings for the entire West Coast. Coastal communities went on high alert, evacuation orders were given, and people scrambled to reach higher ground. The specter of a wall of water crashing ashore loomed large. Fortunately, the tsunami threat did not materialize as initially feared. As scientists gathered more data about the earthquake, they determined that the risk of a significant tsunami was low. The strike-slip nature of the quake meant that less water had been displaced, and the waves that did form were relatively small. Within hours, the tsunami warnings were downgraded to advisories, and eventually they were canceled altogether. A collective sigh of relief swept across the region. Section 4, the aftermath and a glimmer of hope. In the immediate aftermath of any natural disaster, the focus shifts to assessing the damage and tending to the injured. Thankfully, the December 5th earthquake resulted in no reported fatalities. This was due in part to the earthquake's offshore location, which lessened its impact on populated areas. However, the quake did cause some damage. There were reports of minor structural damage to buildings, items falling from shelves, and power outages in some areas. Aftershocks, smaller earthquakes that follow the main event, continued to rattle the region in the days that followed, keeping residents on edge. Despite the disruption and anxiety caused by the earthquake, there was a silver lining. The event served as a powerful reminder of the importance of earthquake preparedness. In the days and weeks that followed, there was a surge in people purchasing earthquake kits, securing heavy objects in their homes, and reviewing their family emergency plans. Section 5. Preparing for the big one. The big one could occur along the Cascadia subduction zone, unleashing an earthquake exceeding magnitude 9. Prepare by building an emergency kit, securing your home, and creating a family communication plan. Practice, drop, cover, and hold on. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe.